Hello, I'm here. What up? Doom ba doom ba doom boom ba doom ba doom boom boom boom. What up? How's it going? Oh yeah, my capture card's doing that thing. I gotta turn it off and on.
Just looking awesome, yeah.
Very cool. Evermedia doesn't know how to make a capture device that doesn't do that.
I see.
I don't think anyway. I swear to God, I had an external Evermedia Live Gamer Extreme GC 550 or some shit. I think that's exactly what it's called. And I feel like it did the exact same goddamn thing. Almost the exact same thing. God only knows if you have the discipline for it. It's a lot, for sure. I think a lot of people have a problem where they don't want to work on the same thing for a really long time. They're like, I want to work on 50 games. That I want to work on every idea that pops into my head. You know? I think that's the struggle a lot of people have. But I'm like the opposite of that, where I like specifically hyper focus on shit until I've fleshed it out as much as I physically can.
I don't know, I'm neither of this, I guess. I just work on things. And sometimes I get so annoyed at something that I have to step away, no matter what it is. Even if I really enjoy working on it, or have a good plan, I have to force myself to leave. I've been working today on this game for a bit. And I don't know, I got something working eventually, but it took like an hour of just dumb shit. And I was so annoyed. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go downstairs and go do anything else and not look at this for a bit.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
I came back and I instantly had some more things to deal with and fun things to work on. But
there's
really,
always something, you know?
Discipline isn't maybe the right word for it. It's more like the interest, I guess, is more important than anything. If you keep being interested in making something, then even if you only work on it once every 4 weeks, you'll still eventually get further, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It also helps tremendously if you have other people that want to work on it and then they push you to keep working on it. Shoutouts to Foxen.
Yeah, I kind of never stop. Unless Blueprints comes out. That's a once in a lifetime thing, though. Blueprints is special.
Know there's going to be about a month somewhere coming up where none of us are going to be working on it because Hollow Knight will release.
Oh, you think Silksong?
I'm out.
You
it's
think
gonna happen?
You think
somewhere this year?
You think they're still gonna make it?
Yeah, if they start developing now, I think they can make it still.
Yeah, you're probably right. A lot of people act like it's just not gonna happen. It's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't get that.
I don't think it's the biggest scam ever pulled. You know, I think
that would be crazy. Yeah.
I think it is there.
I mean, they just canceled Hightail, right?
That's true.
But that was they had never made a fucking game, right? Or am I wrong?
That did seem like it's been more of random drama inside the company than people not wanting to make the game or not feeling like they had a game.
They can do it if they just crunch for a month. Yeah, probably just like a week. Yeah.
Yeah, just mod Hollow Knight.
A really good week, you know.
They already have all the mods in place. Just hide it.
I'm gonna start with something easy and menial, like sprucing up the actual scene with objects and the right textures and shit.
Easy and
all that.
Good result as well.
Yeah, it's like I like having stuff like this. That's just like, yeah, you just kind of put some focused time into it, and it's just done after X amount of time. Let's see.
Glad it ended up working that way. That all our entities are like placeable easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some of them are a little harder to set up, but that's okay. You only have to set them all up once, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. I want to go to... Does this have no collision? I think it does have no collision, which makes a lot of sense. Click the wrong blender? It's my fault because I didn't put it in Blender.
While you're going through these, anything that doesn't have collision, or doesn't have camera collision, should be moved to Visual Instance Layer 2 in Godot as well.
Visual Instance Layer 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because that means that the occluder ignores it, which it should.
Okay. It's gonna untexture itself again because I changed the name of it.
Oh, okay. What was I doing? Oh, yeah.
I can like never remember which node has the collision layers on it. I found it. I always find it because there's not many choices, but I always pick every other one first.
Yeah. I wish there was some sort of good system to, sort of propagate these upwards.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just pick the highest node that everyone's under, and like it would say, hey, this nested thing has these options that you can press. And I get that would be maybe hard to manage, but yeah. In my very specific point of view, it would be nice.
What is Visual Instance Layer 2?
So we don't really use these for anyone else, but when you're baking the occluders, or for example camera, you can set it to which layers it should either know about or ignore.
I see.
So for the occluder, all of our entities, for example, are on layer 2 because they are technically in the world scene, but when they get moved, the occluder can't automatically update when it moves. So we ignore them. We pretend that we can't ever be behind a box. For the minimap, we have the minimap icons for the fellas and the player. Those are in like a visual instance layer that the player camera cannot see, so we don't actually see them in the world, but we do see them on the minimap. Things like that.
Yeah. Ooh.
There is a search bar, but it only searches for the thing on the node you have selected and not the nested nodes underneath.
So where do I set that
It would be
layer?
on the mesh. So that is the top level node, the mesh layer. This is purely a visual thing. So in most cases, I think it defaults to 1. So only the things that don't have collision you need to
I
really
see.
select.
I literally could not see Visual Instance. I was looking on these tabs for it. I was like, no. Boom.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Zone transparent, collidable.
That's right.
Yep.
It's very specific, but that's it.
That's the crenellations, right? Yeah, I see.
These are not crenellations. These are the fences. The crenellations do need to be set, though, which I forgot about. Thank you.
Yeah, and I guess for the collision layer, they have to be set to camera no call collision.
Exactly.
Thing.
Yeah. That's
yeah. So those are like those always have to be changed together if we do this. Otherwise, you get that thing where the camera enters and then the world despawns around you for no reason.
They always have to be changed together. What do you mean?
So if the camera can go through the thing, that means it should be ignored by the occluder.
Hmm.
So it's more like, if you're gonna change the layer to be non-camera collision, you probably also want to have the visual instance changed to be not on one.
I see.
In this case, you did already do that.
Like that? Or what do you mean? I figured you...
Yeah. So that should be on 2 as well, yeah.
Okay.
Because otherwise the camera can end up inside of the object.
Yeah.
And then the occluder will be like, well, we're inside an object, so I should hide everything else.
Everything in the whole world is invisible because there's walls all around me.
Because the camera's inside this wall. And then you're like, well, it's not, though, so that's why. It's what happened to a few of our places in the current levels as well, where we have one of the 2 set.
Mm-hmm. Here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to do a stone. So for collision, is it a mask? Do I put the no camera collision on the mask?
The layer is good.
Like, what is the difference between the layer and the mask? I guess I could just hover it.
So layer is where the object itself is on, and the mask is what it would check against. But only one of the 2 has to do that.
Okay.
So in this case, the mask is always set to 1, so it technically collided with other environment parts. But anything that can actually move, like the player and entities, is going to check against things that are on the layers 1 to 4.
So I go 4 and 19 as the layer for stone.
Yeah.
No camera collision. Okay.
Yeah, that will do it. It's like if we didn't set up the player, right? If we set up the player to not know or not mask with layer 4, then it would run straight through these objects. Because it would be like, well, I don't care about layer 4, like that's irrelevant to me. And then you'd get weird things. So the mask we only really have to think about on players, which is generally already done. But you can get pretty complex with all of them, which is why there's so many layers. I think there's technically 64 of them, but most of them are hidden.
Island. Oh yeah, that is. That is island.
That is island.
So true. I gotta separate that grass. What the hell, battery? I thought you did it for sure. Take your time, you could.
You even emote response to me.
I think that's why I thought for sure that battery.
You were the first person to click the button.
I remember that now that you mention it. That is what gave me that impression. I was like, oh cool, battery's doing it. Or did it. Or is aware of it. Which technically is true. Ooh. Yeah, cool. I'm in a wall.
Yep.
What happened in here? The game is still open? Or sorry, I guess you mean the fucking, you know what I'm saying. The questionnaire.
Yeah, it's actually too long.
No. It can't be too long. All the long parts are like, if you want, tell me about this. You could just be like, no.
People are like, no, I have to type now. I have to let them know about the entry flight feeling weird.
That's so true, though. It is I really think it's like the biggest problem with the game. I'm glad so many people complained about it because I feel insane thinking about it sometimes.
Yeah, I was watching. I watched the entire stream battery. I think I had to go to sleep at some point, but I watched their VOD of yours. And I really appreciate the feedback you were giving during playing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Things like most games struggling to even get the gameplay loop right, and you think that was really, really good. I think that's awesome to hear.
We're not even
like
really.
Everything else we can work on, but
we're not even done with the gameplay loop.
Yeah, like moving feels good is a really nice
thing to know. The movement we are basically done with, but like to me the gameplay loop is like you fly through the world, you enter a level, you complete the level, you know, and then you leave the level, and like that's currently still very work in progress. So, but
the
it's
intro and outro of those are poor.
I do think it already feels really good though. Despite that, you know, despite that, it's still fun to play.
I think it's a thing where you can run around and go, I wish there were more levels or more things to do or like more challenges.
That's awesome.
And that's a really nice feeling to have when you open a game and you're running around.
Yeah.
You're like,
that's how I felt when I played the Hollow Knight demo 100,000 years ago when they put it out.
I feel that.
And it was just Crossroads. Or if it was even all of Crossroads, I'm not even sure it was. I think it was.
That part. I was 10 years late to that party.
It was awesome. It was like, wow, this is fucking awesome.
I would never have played it if not for you anyway.
You could tell Hollow Knight was awesome immediately. It wasn't like when it did come out, it was quite buggy. It was not a perfect game, but they made it one. Or as close as I ever hoped to see one.
Here's what Jason's gonna come up with.
What's he coming up with?
The intro.
Oh yeah.
Wonder what it'll whip up, you know? thinking about Hollow Knight makes me want to play it again. It's been so long.
I'm playing it this weekend.
No, but you're playing it alone.
I haven't played it in forever.
Sucks. You should multi-world it.
I think it's all in my head still, though. You think I should multi-world it?
Yeah.
That is not possible.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Because I want to do the triple Archie.
Yeah, I know.
And I thought about maybe making like a multiplayer Archie thing that we do. We could do something, but I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe you have some spare time.
We already posted the goddamn image, so.
Yeah.
Well, but like, I don't know. We could fucking do anything.
You know?
We could fucking impromptu Archie. Who knows? Maybe somebody will give me $5 billion. We'll stream for the rest of our lives. And on Tuesday, we'll start a fucking Archie, the likes of which has never been seen.
No, they can.
Mm-hmm.
I just missed the fucking weekly multi-worlds. They were awesome.
Yeah, me too, Alligator, actually. I didn't fuck with bindings, actually. I didn't do everything. So I didn't do every Radiant boss. I did do a lot of them, though. I did a lot of them. And a lot of the hard ones, too.
I think I never ended up doing all the Pantheon stuff.
The Pantheon's sick.
I think I ended up doing everything else.
The bosses, like the individual,
bosses.
The individual bosses at their statues are awesome.
Yeah. I really only did it for the, the hidden ones. Like, they aren't in the game normally. I like them.
I know what you mean, Battery. Well, a lot of people are doing it, like, out of, like, this is my job. You know, these are my instructions. This is my job. I can't, like, really iterate beyond this, like, little circle they've put me in. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's a lot harder for some people to make good stuff.
I'm pretty happy we waited so long and put so much time into the player.
Yeah,
it felt like it took ages.
Well, it probably could take longer.
It's so worth
considering we have no goddamn
sure.
experience putting together a 3D platformer player characters. Like, I think one of the hardest fucking things we could have set out to do.
Probably, but I'm like really, it's so tempting to just go make some other things in between.
Mm-hmm.
But then eventually you get to a point like this where you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like now you get to work on everything else.
I'm excited to not think about the player character. I really think we could just keep the dude the way he is and just like put out a game.
Yeah, I think it would be fine if we get to a point where we really are like, at least code-wise, giving much of the same. If we get to a point where we want to do all the little small changes and things that make him feel really good,
mm-hmm.
like a graphic things and stuff like that. That could be the very last thing we ever do before release, and it would still be fine.
I think so too. It's a bit confusing figuring out the flying on sword thing and leaving levels and some stuff. We have a lot of ideas for how to contextualize that, like, in a way that is intuitive to the player. Like defining when you leave level border visually and like stuff like that. Like a lot of little stuff. There's a lot of little stuff to do with flying and making flying in and out of levels feel right,
It's that and the checkpoint, I think, are the major ones for me where I need to work on something.
There needs to be like a fucking semi-transparent shield around the goddamn levels that you don't see unless you fly close to it. And once you go through it, it'll like we need to have it like give you like a little boost effect, like the cloud rings. Like you're busting out of the level.
Shader wall to be cool and epic.
I think that'd be cool. That'd be cool, battery. The acorns on the title screen, that's so funny. That's like, I love when people do that, because that's like the most desperate content. You know, like you doing some shit that was never meant to be done, shouldn't even be there, ain't even sort of right. Like you gotta do some crazy shit just to get to any of them. You've gotta like throw your sword into the wall and then like chain dashes to jump to it. It's awesome.
Well, I guess you can just fly to most of them now with the mushroom that's there.
I kind of feel that. I feel like I would do the same thing, you know.
Battery, I have a question for you. Because I don't think anyone has found it in any of their testing.
Yeah.
Did you ever try to dash in the air into sword flight?
I doubt anybody did. Why would they? That's such a weird combo.
It's like the only place you can sword fly out of the air is out of a dash.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think anyone's even tried to press it. But it wasn't intentional, but it's there.
A weird one.
Like you'd expect someone to just be mashing buttons and get it, you know? But no.
I believe it. I believe that it makes sense to me that nobody's done it yet. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it by accident as well, and I'm the dev. And I had to go double check why it was possible, and I was like, yeah, I guess I did write that. But I feel like if I was playtesting a game like this and I wasn't making it, I'd be like super systemic about figuring out all the moves and what everything would do and what can chain into what.
I don't know what I would
feel like
do.
everyone else's kind of vibe plays, and I like that.
I think I would probably
like that
vibe
more.
I would just kind of do whatever.
Yeah.
What's up, Guillotine? Guillotine Danny. Going good. How are you doing? I can't wait to see like what kind of challenge shit we come up with, and like, because like I definitely want to have like some White Palace type optional, very difficult cool thing that's like, now use the platforming to platform. To be fair, in Hollow Knight, this is going to be a lot more platformy leading up to that point, but Hollow Knight has like very few actual platforming challenges until that, I feel like.
At some point when there's not like a ton of code work to do, I really want to go in and just like block out some really quick levels with some entities and some platforming challenge and just see what I can come up with.
That'd be cool.
And then throw it at you and be like, can you make this look good?
Can you make this look good? It's really funny.
Now make good, please.
That's like gray boxing, sort of.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Oh, the CSG stuff, CSG nodes are really good for this. You know what they did in the test scene?
Really?
Just make a quick ramp. It takes like 1 second.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like that. I think Puff Pain for some reason is actually my favorite part of Hollow Knight because it feels so well made and really lets you see how well you do. And I think it was a few people I saw played for the first time. They really were to be like super hard, like really annoying.
The whole
but it
game or
kinda
Path of
isn't.
Pain?
Path of Pain's kind of fine. You know, you just if you know your moves, it's kind of
Just
fun.
fun.
Even
Yeah, it's just fun
you know,
platforming.
the
It's
name
only
is maybe
intimidating,
not
yeah.
great for it.
It's just named Path of Pain because I mean it's a good name for it. It doesn't
Yeah,
have
no,
to
I do
actually be
appreciate it.
painful. It just needs to be thematically scary. You want to
Especially
intimidate the
that part where
player.
you can just skip half of it.
True.
You know, love that. If you find it by accident.
The game is crazy.
They should make a second one.
They should. They're not doing that necessarily. I wonder if it'll play like the first one at all.
I'm curious to see what changes they make to the movement, if anything.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot, right? Like, I know that
Well,
Hornet can grapple
yeah.
hook, right?
well, that's the part I'm really curious, like how that feels, what they do with that.
Yeah,
Like,
me
what
too.
sort of platforming challenges do they add that make very specific use of that change, rather than just being more of Hollow Knight, you know?
Well, they had a lot of good ideas in the first one, I think. I really like
I'm certainly not worried
I
about
like
it.
the wall conveyors in Crystal Peaks a lot.
Yeah,
Those are cool as fuck.
I did like those. And then like dashing to the other side and stuff is awesome.
They suck in randomizer, but I mean,
I think they're fun in randomizer with split claw because then you can still make some of them by being really cool.
I
and
can do them with no wall jumps. It's just really hard.
Yeah.
It just sucks. Rather not. Oh damn, I missed this. Missed a little square. I think that even though they have a whole segment dedicated to like hard platforming, the platforming never comes fucking close to like the boss difficulty. All the difficulty in Hollow Knight is combat, I think.
Yeah.
All the real
I agree with
difficulty.
that.
Sometimes it's sort of both. Like sometimes there's a little bit of combat platforming in some fights. Like Radiance. That's cool. I love that. I'm actually such a big fan of that.
Radiant's a really good
If you make a platformer game and you have a boss and your boss doesn't involve platforming, then fuck you. Is how I feel.
There's a few parts there. I'm not super into the combat that much, but it's okay.
I really like it
Yeah.
actually. It's just like it's pretty much perfected Castlevania style combat for me. I don't know.
I maybe don't like
Metroidvania,
Castlevania style
Castlevania.
combat that much.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
that would maybe be why. But that's okay. I enjoy the platform a lot more though. But then weirdly, when I have something like Celeste, and I compare Path of Pain to what I had to do for Celeste, I feel like I enjoyed Path of Pain a little bit more. You know, Celeste is also just awesome.
I like Celeste. I don't know how much I like the end stuff. It's a little grindy. I feel like what makes Celeste really good is that all the segments are like short, difficult bursts. And that's like literally the whole idea, right?
Yeah.
Like these like short little bite-sized segments that have like checkpoints after each one of them. They're like single rooms, I guess, is what they literally are.
Yeah.
I feel like the last part of the game is, I mean, it's cool. It's a cool challenge. I did do it, but I feel like it was a lot more painful than it needed to be, just because it was a super fucking long section. That's why Farewell is unique. I don't think it needs to be unique, like when compared to the rest of the game. Personally.
I don't think I did all the hearts and things like that, or the strawberries or whatever, but I did do all the B and C sides, I think they're called, right? And I think the C sides were really good. Like, they were really challenging, but they're actually like 2 rooms, you're done.
I didn't really like looking for hearts either. I can respect that.
But I certainly didn't go in and try to get all the golden things by perfecting every level without dying a single time.
You can call it an optional challenge, but that doesn't really mean anything. Like, everything is an optional challenge. It's just as much a chapter of the game as any other chapter is. Like, playing the game at all is optional, right? Like, you could say that. But, like, it is a part of the game that exists. It is a chapter of the game that exists. It's not bonus level, not related to anything. It's a chapter of the game. I don't know. Has no story to it. I don't think that matters to me. I guess that gives the player less of a reason to do it, which I can respect.
It's an awesome game, but I also have things I didn't really care about.
I mean, I guess it's sort of a DLC. It's hard to really... In modern times, it's like... I mean, it was a free update to the game. So, now, it just is part of the game, right? Like, it never won't be from here until the end of time. It's hard to... I don't know. I don't feel like we should call that DLC. You know, I don't feel like we should call the Hollow Knight updates DLC. They're just like updates. I don't know.
You also have to look at it from the perspective of someone who hasn't been playing the whole time and doesn't go in investigating what parts were there at the start or not.
That's true too. Yeah.
So all of it just feels like the game. And you finish the summit and then you get back to the level select and suddenly there's a thing for you to select and you feel like that's
the next
part
thing,
of the game.
Yeah. I mean, it is part of the game.
Oh, well, this wasn't there maybe. You just go in and feel like maybe you should go check it out.
I do like it. I just think that it throws away the best part of what makes Celeste's difficulty fun, which is quick, short sections, you know. I don't think it's like inherently bad or anything like that. I'm not trying to be like, yeah, fuck Farewell and Celeste or anything like that, but
I did struggle with it a lot. I just couldn't do it. My controller I tried 4 controllers and I just couldn't get the timing down.
Well, what's hard as ever living fuck is part of it.
I was like, I could get it once every 20 and I felt like it wasn't really my inputs, but just my controller not being set up for it correctly.
It's not really that I have an issue with it. It's more that I think that it was a mistake to make it that way. I think it could have just been like its own separate thing. I don't know.
I guess for me,
it's cool. It is cool. I'd rather them have it than not have it, I guess, but
I'm happy it's there, but it did feel like the challenge came from something else than the rest of the game challenge came from. Because suddenly it felt a lot more about it's just very specific trick.
Suddenly it's about consistency and tech. And I don't mind the tech. They introduced the tech, like the wave dashing, a little bit in core, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but I felt like that was far easier. I don't know. It's like the challenge became consistency, but to such an extreme level where it wasn't so much about knowing how to execute and then getting it once, but more like now you just grind until your execution is flawless.
Yeah.
Or you have to go do it again.
But thank you, Dan.
And that was just not something I was really that into.
I've been Sprite Highland for 100 years. What the fuck? Sorry, I just realized a lot of these. There's like way too many of these grass variations. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. There's actually so many.
There's actually a lot, you're right. Holy.
Alright, that's better, at least.
Battery, we actually made Whiskerwood Vale intentionally really short so that you would always want more.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard to do a good job at the checkpoint pacing. It's hard.
Also, when they don't work, it's hard.
Yeah, they sometimes don't work also. That is true.
Maybe most of the time.
Oh. I mean, like, the concept of the pacing is still there, even if it doesn't function.
That's true.
You could imagine what it would be like if the game didn't fuck you.
Start selling jewelry. Well, you're gonna start being able to equip your necklace soon in the game, and then just you wait.
You can. There's a talisman slot, and it changes your health bar style.
What's the other one that you're anticipating?
Celeste, by the way, was one of the initial inspirations of this game. We've sort of moved away from it at this point. One of our first things we wanted to have was like a double dash, kind of like Celeste. But we had such a potent move set that we decided it was like just too gigantic.
There's still some chances that we do some sort of world gimmick type things where we have pickups in the air and things like that.
Yeah, that's possible for sure.
And that's kind of Celeste still. But yeah, it's Celeste and Hollow Knight and classic platformers and Mario and like a lot of there's so many inspirations for this.
Cortez.
It's like hard to pin down what parts we take from what.
Cortez trying to get assassinated by nerds.
Never played that game, so it must suck.
People fucking love Double Dash. I've never seen people so ravenously into any other Mario Kart game.
Really?
People yearn for their childhood of Double Dash is all I think it is. Because I don't know.
You can't say that.
I don't know.
When did that come out?
Is it that good? Is it
2003? Bro, that's past my time.
I think it's a great game, probably, but is it like way better than every other Mario Kart? I don't know. That's how people act. You know what I mean?
The original is the best one. We all know that.
I'm not saying that it's not a fucking banger game. Like every Mario Kart ever fucking made fucks. Like you're gonna have an awesome fucking time playing it. I feel like. But I don't know. People are so like they're so crazy about it. Final Fantasy VII fan, I don't think that's real anymore. I haven't seen a real Final Fantasy VII like super fan since like the early 2000s.
I still think people dick ride that game a little bit.
I just don't think they do like they used to.
Maybe they're not as loud about it, Maybe it's not as cool to like it anymore. I don't know. It's
you seem like a sixer battery, yeah. Kefka. I don't know anything about Final Fantasy. I just know vaguely who's involved in all of them.
Fantasy Star is my shit instead.
Like, I just said Kefka, that's all I know about it. Kefka. I played the MMOs. Same with Phantasy Star. I haven't played any of the Phantasy Stars that aren't MMOs or any of the Final Fantasies. I just don't fuck with fantasy non-MMO. Even if you put a PH in it, I'm not falling for it.
Yeah. I don't think I was looking for anything, but I had the old Mega Drive emulator growing up, and Phantasy Star was just a couple of those games.
I don't have a strong opinion about Final Fantasy's fans. I have a distinct perception of the amount of Final Fantasy VII fans that exist. And it's less than people act like it is, I think.
Hmm.
I gotta cut these fucking edges. Look at this bullshit. Look at this square ass bullshit. This is bullshit. Sorry. What the hell? I think.
So I did some.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was just gonna say maybe people have calmed down a little bit because the remakes are coming out and it's like more modern and not like people like talking about their old favorite thing. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
My Final Fantasy VII opinion is that I tried to play the original years after it came out, and I was like, this looks like shit. And then the remake was announced, and I'll probably play that eventually because it looks maybe okay.
By the time you get to play the remake, it's going to be time for the remake to have a remake.
That's also true.
That's how I feel.
I don't like that it's been revealed in 800 parts.
I don't like that either. I was so excited to like be able to play this thing everybody won't shut the fuck up about. And then I was like, well, fuck, I'm not going to play a third of it, you know? And then get invested and get spoiled because everybody on the fucking planet knows what happens in it.
I don't know. I've been avoiding that. Yeah, it's whatever.
I wonder what my shitty old game that I like is. In response to Corty referencing Donkey Kong 94. Is Donkey Kong 94? What the, is
Donkey
that
Kong 94?
What the fuck is Donkey Kong 94? The 3D one?
The one released in 94.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. I thought there were 93 before it.
Well, it's unlike Donkey Kong 64, which was not revealed in 64.
You know what? Shenmue is actually mine too, I think. I think that's mine too. But only the first two.
I see. I've never even seen that game.
Shenmue?
Yeah.
What? There's a clip of me cutting the second one in half, or the third one in half.
I've seen the clip. I haven't seen the game.
I would like show it. Yeah, you've seen me I'd show the game to the camera every day.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing. I think the disc.
Well, you've seen the game though. Is all I'm saying is you've seen the game.
Technically speking, yeah, no, you're right.
It's you should play Shenmue or watch it. I think the first two are still very fun, and they're very funny. They came out with an anime.
Something wrong with the third.
Apparently, I don't know if it's funny. I gotta watch it. But apparently there's a Shenmue anime that got canceled, of course. But like, you know, they have a season. Someone made a season of this shit.
What's wrong with the third Shenmue game?
Shenmue 3 is like living out my normal life, but like more boring and more painful.
Shenmue 3 is like a normal game. Non-game, nothing happens. It's crazy.
It's true.
What does that mean?
You literally, you just do nothing. There's nothing. You just do nothing. At the beginning of the game, you start from where the end of 2 was. By the end of Shenmue 3, you did absolutely nothing. You do absolutely nothing.
Okay.
You 5K'd Shenmue 3, Danny? I didn't. I paid $20 for it, and I was still disappointed.
You give 5K to a game? Can you give us 5K?
Yeah, actually, I'm Yu Suzuki. I made a big game that you loved in your childhood. You're not a moron. You believed. And I remember when Shenmue 3 got announced. I believed too. I just have never had $5,000 to give to fucking anything in my entire life. Or, you know, maybe I could have been you. I don't know. I believed. I was excited. I was so excited to see like the next thing that happens in Shenmue, or like, you know, like any sort of story progression from like the shit that I had played as a kid like 15 fucking years ago at that point. Ugh. And they were like, yeah.
I do appreciate putting money towards something for a game, though. Supporting game dev is always okay, even if the game turns out dog shit.
Dream Settler being canceled is crazy. I almost can't believe that one.
That does suck. Even though I knew nothing about it or that it existed. Now that I've heard.
I didn't watch
People
the
were
video.
waiting.
I don't think I could.
Too bad.
I think it would hurt.
Everyone I've heard talk about it has been really upset by that. So
It sucks.
Yeah.
Did they just scale it too hard? Like, what happened? I am watching the video. It's too sad. I can't do it. They just ran out of money. That makes sense. What's really fucked up is I remember I looked up Dream Settler canceled to make sure it was real. Not that I don't trust what you post. I just wanted to believe it. In the very next message, or like the other, like I searched that, and the very next video beside it was like that they launched a fucking Patreon to try to like earn funds to make the game. And it made me so sad that I had not fucking heard about that. Like, that got no traction to the point I had no fucking clue it existed until the game was canceled. Just, that's so sad. This sword going into this doesn't make as much sense as I wanted it to.
Should keep going. It feels weird that it just
should keep
ends.
going.
Can you somehow make it up?
Yes.
With the sword like in that pattern, I guess. Like in the tile floor.
I could probably make it look like it's stabbed into this.
What if you opened up the floor to the side of that little cavern area?
Oh, Patreon. Did I say GoFundMe? Sorry. Sorry, what did you say? Repeat that.
So, like the sword sticks all the way into where the grass starts.
Yeah, that's pretty much
But,
what
like, those little edges there to the left and right are just open.
Oh, you said GoFundMe. Okay. You think something
I'm
else
just wondering
happened?
if that would feel good, but could have a little pool below it, you know, in case people fall in.
I get that.
Okay, I'm gonna take a few minutes, and I'm gonna get working.
What?
All right. Level entry or checkpoint?
Level entry or checkpoint? I'm thinking level entry for sure.
Okay, that's what I'll work on.
Most...
And the intro, by the way, the button now works, so you can hit new game and it will load the scene. It loads most of it in the background, but it has still a little bit of lag, so we could think about a loading screen of some kind or whatever.
Okay.
And I'm still thinking about how to get that last bit of lag away, so it's loaded in the background entirely rather than mostly.
At least Shenmue 3 came out, Danny. I don't know. Would you rather Dream Settler not come out or come out like Shenmue 3? I would almost rather not have something, I think. And just have the idea, my mind's eye of what it would have been. You know?
I think any game that has dev time put into it to the point where it had internal tests run on it should at some point be revealed.
I think so too.
But mostly, any games lost in development hell never see the light of day, and most of the code never even gets seen, and that just really sucks.
That does suck, yeah. There's a lot.
And there's too many of those.
A shitload of that.
Things like Star Fox 64 2, you know, like
What?
it was just an example.
Did
that
that
game
happen?
was basically just made, and then they never released it. And then eventually, you know, you find some pre-dev build, and everyone gets really excited about it. And even if it fucking sucked, it's still really cool to see what sort of the thought patterns were of what they were trying to do.
Yeah. That's cool. I didn't know that there was one of those.
Yeah. I wasn't much of a Star Fox 64 guy, but I know about this
I
one.
loved it as a kid. It was a huge Star Fox 64 guy.
I picked it up from my local store. I bought the cartridge, played it, I think, for 3 hours, and then we went back to the store and swapped it for Pokemon Stadium 2.
That's fair. You could probably have beaten it in 3 hours and just like
Maybe.
you know.
I think I just didn't like the flying thing, but I also have 2 siblings, so we kind of just wanted to play a game, and Stadium 2 is better for playing a game with your friends or with your siblings.
That's true.
Yeah, I just hate when games are like basically ready and then never see the end.
I've
like,
played like
meh.
every Star Fox, just about, actually. And not on purpose. I just happened to get Star Fox 64 as a kid. And... Yo, thank you.
An adventure.
Yeah, in Adventure. I rented
There
Adventure.
Are 94 Donkey Kongs,
Adventure's
you
good.
just missed the middle 89.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's good, but it's the only one I finished.
It exists. There are 94 Donkey Kongs. You just missed the middle 89. That's kind of beautiful. I really liked Donkey Kong Country Returns. I wish they would have kept doing that.
I wish they would have kept doing the originals. But
The fucking arcade game with Mario?
no, Donkey Kong Country.
I was like, who the literal fuck would have ever wanted that?
I would have loved Donkey Kong
Billy
Country
fucking
4.
Mitchell. I don't know. Yeah, I loved the original Donkey Kong Country. And I like the second one, I think, better. And that was like,
So
so
do I.
I think the
Yeah.
game I played the most as a kid was Donkey Kong Country. I did not play Donkey Kong Country 2 until I was like in my 20s, my late 20s.
Okay.
And it's still way fucking better than the original. Even with like the most like nostalgia drenched fucking like enshrined memories of a game of all time for me, Donkey Kong Country. I still think the sequel's better.
I actually agree. Me and my brother like to play Donkey Kong Country on the Switch online, which is playable, but him in Japan and me over here.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
But the second one, he's like, he doesn't have any nostalgia for it, so he doesn't really want to play it. And it's so
so much
sad because
better.
I think that game is awesome.
It's way better.
Every
I
time
didn't
I
have any
played, I'm
nostalgia for it whatsoever, and I said this is, by the end of it I was like, this is just
Yeah.
better. Like, they did
I just
bosses
really like
way
the
better.
moveset a lot more. Yeah, the bosses are so much better.
They figured out how to make bosses. Like,
And then there's a third one that I played once, I think, and
Sucks.
I think it sucks.
it sucks. Yeah, I hate it. I didn't finish it. I did like a snowman boss fight, and I was like, this sucks. I hate this one. I really did not like DKC3. I know some people like it. Sorry if you like it.
Yesterday I was trying to look up some inspiration for like the opening theme for Whiskerwood, and I briefly was like, how, you know, in my head I have this Donkey Kong Country intro, and I was like, kind of like that, like it starts up slowly and then suddenly it does something. And I found that it's like remade with all the original samples, but like high res and things like that. And I put that on in the background, and I just had to sit there for like 4 minutes listening to the song.
You hadn't heard the remastered DKC?
The fully, yeah, like the with all the original samples. No.
Yeah, that's the shit.
Crazy.
I remember when that came out, everybody was freaking out.
That's like 6 years ago, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, holy shit, DKC remastered or something. I don't remember what it's called.
Restored to HD.
Yeah. The music by itself is in my bones.
Yeah, that's also just true.
I never even got close to beating that game as a kid either. I think I got to like the third world. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, there's some really rough spots. But there's one very specific spot in the third world early, like the first 3 levels. They fuck you up.
That's the is that the treetop area or?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I made it to the snow, which I think is
right after that.
2 ahead or something. I remember there's like a little lake. There's like a weird little lake with like a hill world.
Oh yeah.
I think after the treetops.
The blizzard level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What fucked me up was Minecart Carnage as a kid. I had a really fucking hard time. That's like that's an early level. It was so hard.
Well, yeah, and then you eventually learn you can jump over the start and just skip it.
I fucking don't even think. Oh yeah, the barrel, right?
Yeah, it's just a barrel that takes you to the last 2 jumps.
I don't think I ever did that.
Neither did I, but now I know it's there. And every time I play with my brother, he skips the level, and I'm like, I'm better than you, and then I don't, and then I fail like 100 times because the level's awesome.
It's really hard, yeah. It's actually really hard for SNES. It's like pretty brutal.
I actually really like all of the barrels,
Dev Barrel
and things. They're actually just really funny.
Dev Barrel is really funny.
I don't know if there's any other game from that era that really did shortcuts in that way.
Mario World? Maybe?
Kinda, but not really leveled. Well,
it wasn't maybe. Like fall into this hole and you'll fucking go to heaven.
Off-screen.
Yeah.
Off-screen secret. Just trust.
Basically. Those are kind of fun because I think they're more meant to reward people who die. It's like, surprise, you found a secret instead. Yippee!
It doesn't feel like it was the first level in that game has like 100 level ups balloons, but they're just off screen at the top if you stay on the trees as well.
What up, Blizzard?
And shit like that is just awesome.
Thank you
just
for
find
the raid
it eventually.
Last night, by the way, I really appreciate that. I almost messaged you, but I was like, I'll see him in like 2 days.
Use strength on the truck under SSN. You're so right.
That's I love those. I really love those. You think we'll have anything like that? I would love a stupid fucking a stupid ass fake rumor. I don't think it's a wild misconception. That's not true.
No, it is a fake rumor.
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't think there was any real base to the.
I don't think those kind of things can really happen anymore.
You are wrong. Because in Pokemon TCG, people were tinfoil hatting about like the packs. You there's like a giant circle of packs when you open a pack and you pick one of them from the giant circle. Well, some of them have like a crinkled corner. In the like people thought that the crinkled corner ones were like luckier or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, it's still happening.
Yeah. Maybe.
I remember doing
I feel like
stupid shit.
Rumors don't live that long anymore.
They can't.
They do statistics, or they just go check.
I mean, you can't really do it with the Pokemon game, though. To be fair, it's like, yeah, is it lucky? I don't know. You know.
Yeah, it's just a percentage thing. Increasingly escalating superstition. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I like that.
We spread a rumor where once every 10,000 tries something happens, and then people have to go do it.
You never know. I remember on Halo 2, we used to think that we could get the golden fucking warthog out of this giant locked gate in I don't remember the level name. It's the one that has the golden warthog on the billboard though, and it's like under construction. There's like it's by some water on one edge of the level, and there's like some tall like buildings in it. Is anybody old?
I didn't play Halo either. Sorry, but I am old.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what it's called.
I was born before Donkey Kong 94, so you know.
Same. Did the 3D one actually come out in 94 though? I thought the N64 was like a year or two later.
That's way later, yeah.
Oh.
DK64 is like 1999, I think.
Really? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Really, Battery. That was fun. I honestly had so much fun playing Infinite. In a big group. That was like some of the most fun multiplayer, like bullshit shooter fun I've had in forever.
That's the same with me, but I sucked at it.
That was a sick month. And then they bricked the game and then none of us, literally not one of us went back.
That's true.
It was...
All the lobbies stopped working for no reason. And then we never played again.
That's so funny, Battery. That's... Dude, oh my god, I just remembered. We had the warthog spree. Right? We had the it was like Nightmare or something. We killed like 30 people in a row in a warthog without dying. And got like some stupid fucking medal.
That was awesome.
Sorry, I forgot about how fucking glorious that was.
I think I had a good round like once where I was in a big gunship and for some reason no one tried to take me down.
I love that. You never heard of a golden warthog, Brian? There were a lot of rumors on Halo 2, and like it didn't help that people literally modded the game. Like I think at some point I had a plasma pistol that shot golden warthogs out of it, so you know. Someone might have
been real then, actually.
Someone might have literally done like a fake ritual and then spawned a goddamn golden warthog and been like, see? You know?
What other shit was there that I can remember?
I remember
this Ocarina of Time rumor about the tree in Kakariko, I think.
Oh yeah?
Where if you rolled into it a certain amount of times, it would drop a gun.
That's
that
sick.
was a rumor that went around for a while.
That's really fucking funny. That's the exact kind of shit.
And you'd be willing to believe it even though guns are not in that game of any kind. You'd still go try, you know?
Oh. You never know. It's the idea that you might discover a cool secret thing that is
Smash
so
Brothers
alluring.
was obviously a big one, where there would always be rumors about secret characters.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. I mean, it was pretty much insane to unlock some characters. Like Mewtwo is such a weird one. I remember leaving my shit on and being like, this isn't gonna work. There's no way this game knows how long it's been.
Shadow's in the game if you try really hard.
He should have been. Well, I guess Sonic wasn't even in back then.
No, but we still talked about all of them.
Is Shadow even like an Echo fighter now?
No.
What the fuck is wrong with them? That would have been
There's
so
Knuckles.
free.
There should have been Knuckles in.
They would have had to give him a gun. That's why
true.
they didn't do it.
They can't get away with it. Maybe next time though.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe.
next game.
I'm trying to figure out how I know I'm just sitting here staring at this, but I need to figure out how I want to make this. Maybe we just want to close it in till it's like 3.5. Like this.
It does have guns now, that's true.
Yeah,
Snake
I know
has been in more than
Persona
one.
5, man. for his forward
Joker.
smash or whatever.
You're in Bayonetta. Almost all of them have gun, actually.
Every character has a gun now. Yeah, I can't believe it.
Ganon.
They
They're
finally
gonna give Ganondorf a gun in the next one.
They're what they're gonna do is switch over to the Mario Rabbids version of Mario too.
Oh, they're gonna play the new Donkey Kong model.
A Glock in his left glove would be sick.
He'd be a really good boxer that way.
You could have like a little wrist single shotter, you know.
Once the stock can shoot. When's Bonanza coming out? That's up soon, isn't it?
I don't know. I didn't watch the trailer. I didn't watch the direct. It looked good.
I didn't watch the second one.
Yeah, I didn't watch the second one. I heard that I shouldn't because it just showed too much of the game or something like.
July 17th. I'm gonna have to buy a Switch then. Sucks.
Dude, that's exactly what I was referencing, Danny. Sorry, I don't want to freak out. You literally read my mind now. And I didn't want to be like, it's an obscure reference. Yeah, I didn't want to mention it because I was like, nobody's gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's like one scene at the end of the fucking movie.
I didn't watch that.
Good movie. When I went to the movie theater, they hooped and hollered when Brad Pitt said he was from some place in Tennessee that is maybe nearby.
You felt represented.
They did.
Someone did, not you, but
They
others.
literally, they were so excited.
That's crazy. That's kind of what when
They were like, I know where that is.
when Tom Holland's Spider-Man has that funny part where he's suddenly in the Netherlands in prison. That's what happened as well for me.
I love that. It's a
It was
bingo.
very funny.
The German's nickname for me is the Little Man. There's so many good parts of that movie. I love Buongiorno. Graci.
I need coffee.
Oh, minion
Yes.
coffee. What is the? I need to know more about what the unit is. The unit of coffee.
15.6 milliliters in total.
What are you doing for 18 hours? What the fuck?
Whiskerwood Vale playtest.
Oh yeah, true. 12-person
12-person
archipelago.
Archie.
That actually makes a lot of sense to me. What are you playing for your Archie?
It
Also, how many coffee? Oh, Wind Waker, hell yeah! I'm doing Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, and Hollow Knight. In like a 3-person. Well, it's gonna be a 3-game solo Archie. I'm gonna do this weekend. It's my 10-year streaming anniversary. So we're doing all sorts of shit. I wanted to plan something big because I used to do a randomizer. I used to do Hollow Knight. I used to do Wind Waker. I used to do Ocarina of Time. So I figured I'd do like a one big mashup one.
I could join that one.
You could.
But it's gonna be 12 hours, and my game is gonna be 1 hour. That would suck. I
Yeah.
went to sleep for 8 hours and woke up and I was still waiting.
Well, what if like?
Yeah.
I have no
Yeah,
solution.
well,
I was
what
gonna
I
say that like I could like,
Go.
if I had to wait on you, that wouldn't be a problem because I could just come back to it,
That's true.
intermittently. Oh, good luck pizzaing. 10 years is a long time. It really goes by quick if you're not paying close attention.
Even if you are.
It's like, damn, that was 10 years ago. It really doesn't feel it. It feels like a year, maybe 2. It's really fucked up. You know how like all old people are like, time just goes by so fast. They're right.
Yeah.
They're right. It does.
Now.
They were right about that. There's something to that.
How did they know?
No, that's not what I mean. That fucked me up so bad. I was not ready to hear how did they know. The implication that old people are supernatural in some way.
And you're joining their ranks soon.
I'm not gonna be old for a minute. What the fuck?
I'll join.
I'll join.
Yeah, I'm joining the RG. It's gonna be really fun. It starts at 11 p.m.
What the fuck?
I don't want to sleep anyway.
I can't believe they fucking made Shenmue 3. I really want to like go back in time and like
I'll play it.
be invisible and just like watch like one day of the development, you know? I just want to see one day of it.
The thing is, they were about to stop making it and then someone gave them 5k.
That's crazy. That would be insane if true. They're like, well, this pushes us right over the amount we needed. This is exactly what we need to finish the horse stance mini game.
That sounds awesome.
Dump the rest of the combat budget. What do you mean? We never worked on combat. We actually made combat worse.
Is that allowed?
What?
Work my way backwards.
From
Start
3 to
at
1? Like a
Yeah.
like kind of like prequels.
Uh-huh.
That would be cool if like there was anything significant that happened in 3 that felt like it could have a prequel. Was it really, Danny? Because that's basically what I imagine. They're like, it says here he wants gambling to make you lose if you skip it after you see the result. I don't know why anyone would want this, you know?
Oh, that sounds awesome, yeah. Can we do
They
more of that?
didn't know what the fuck he wanted. It's so funny. That's insane. What a nightmare. That guy was gonna make an MMO at some point. Do you know that? Do you know about the Shenmue MMO? Also?
Well, I didn't know. I didn't even know about
You said, well, I
Shenmue, so-
fucking didn't. How the fuck would I?
I didn't even know Shenmue existed. How would I know about this?
That's fair. What do you mean it's like iconic? You didn't know it existed? It was like the biggest game on Dreamcast.
Okay.
Come
Is that
on.
wrong?
You can't say it like that.
I know so little about the Dreamcast. It's crazy.
That makes a lot of sense, Danny.
You spent so many channel points, you wouldn't break that disc. Well, he didn't make it, I think.
Does Yu Suzuki consult for Yakuza? Really? He used to. Huh.
I believe you have to buy you Shenmue free again so you can break it at the end of your subathon.
I could. That would be awesome. That's not like an impossible thing, you know? I could totally order
really
one and
expensive,
receive it.
I don't know.
I could order one and receive it before the subathon is over.
That'd be awesome.
It would be, yeah. What a
Pokemon channel, all the old redeems back in.
Pokemon channel. Well, I think I still have like I've got Donkey Konga right here, just like on deck, like ready
to go at all times,
just in case. Do I have a gun? What? Wait, you talking about shooting the disc?
Shooting the disc?
I do have a gun. I don't live anywhere that I could shoot it. I would go to jail. Or at least have to... More likely, cops would come and I'd be like, beep 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 boo boo boo, and they'd be like, alright son, that's fine. is probably what would happen. It was Shenmue 3. Yeah, actually, they'd be like, oh yeah, another one. We've gotten 5 calls this week about that one.
You get the one cop who actually really liked that Shenmue 3 game.
They're like, oh, so did you train your horse stance? If you didn't train your horse stance, of course you're not gonna have a good time with the combat. I don't know, I can't imagine the apologists.
Oh, there's gonna be someone out there.
It's true. I hate the people that are like, it's supposed to suck. Because it super isn't. Like, some of the charm is that it's dinky. I agree. I do think that it even needs to be a little dinky to be Shenmue. But it was never a bad game. Like, Shenmue was never a bad game. In my opinion, it's actually a pretty good game. Like, the originals are awesome for their time. You could still play 1 and 2. Yeah, the bad voice acting makes it incredibly charming. If you don't want the bad voice acting, you could play it in fucking Japanese. And then you're not gonna fucking understand anybody's intonation. So it'll just sound awesome. You know? So, you know, if you want to take it seriously, you could. If you want to have fun with it, you could. What's crazy is the voice acting in 3 is bad, and it's bad in like an uninteresting way. It's like just low quality. Like, they're just not very good. In the other Shenmue games, it's fun. Like, the performances are fun. They're not good, but they're very fun. You know what I mean? Like, shut up or I'll bust your face. Let me play that real quick.
Shut up or I'll bust your face.
Like, that's... They don't have anything like that in Shenmue 3. You know what I mean? Is that good line delivery? Is that good voice acting? Absolutely not.
Shut up or I'll bust your face.
But it's incredible.
And this thread where someone is defending the game.
You never played Shenmue 3?
Awesome. Wait, there's no way.
You said there's no way.
After the donation you made, you didn't play it?
I could imagine being that disappointed.
That is... I'm so sorry.
I've got the Steelbook with no disc because I destroyed it, but
you can destroy the Steelbook while you're at it.
The Steelbook's killer though. What do you mean it's the only good part of the game?
Okay, sorry. I didn't know.
Literally the only thing they did right. Oh, I can only imagine. You probably got sent like a goddamn leather jacket. Like, you got sent like fucking Rio's hair or something. I don't know.
Real hair.
Oh, the jacket was an actual thing. I thought I remembered that. That's cool. That's fucking stupid. $5,000. They could give you a goddamn jacket. I'd give you a jacket.
For a jacket.
I'd give you 10 jackets.
No way.
I'd give you enough jackets for all your friends.
If you give us 10k, you and all your friends can have a Whiskerwood Vale jacket.
We'll give you a jacket for sure. That's so funny.
I'll even pay for shipping.
That's crazy. They made like over $1 million, I think.
Fucking.
Shenmue 3 backing.
That is insane.
It was $6.3 million is what it raised. It had an initial $2 million goal, which was reached within 8 hours.
Fucking.
How the monkey fuck could they not have hired people? That's so crazy.
I guess it didn't make enough. They needed another 6.
You were a drop in the bucket. You might as well have just lit your money on fire. It would have went to the same place.
And then you wouldn't have gotten the tiger back patch though.
I do honestly appreciate that the game got made, and it was, at the time, it was so heartening to see that so many people loved it like I did. You know? I can't believe they didn't like actually hire some fucking people. Like, you know what I mean? Where the fuck did that money go? I don't honestly, like, you could make that game for less than $100,000. I feel pretty confident in that. Maybe 2? I don't know. I feel like you could easily make it with like $500,000. Easily. It would be easy. You would have plenty. You could get you could get a famous person to do a song for the credits. That's crazy. That's just so wild to me. They should be like, there should be legal action, really. Like, you and everyone like you should have your goddamn money back. And they should be fucked. Like, that's how I feel. Like, they should be fucked for putting out Shenmue 3. Not one of them should be working in this field anymore. Especially Yu Suzuki. What a fucking nightmare. I really think so. I really think that they actually maybe should see some legal action. I really do. I would be surprised. Permission to get the Switch 2 from Best Buy after work today. Ooh, we're not really Best Buy shoppers. No, I'm just kidding. You can go wherever you want.
They should have Best Buy here, so I'm lucky.
He doesn't do much anymore. I think he's really, really old and probably a multi-millionaire from virtually nothing now. Yu Suzuki. Well, he's 67. He's not that fucking old. He's honestly a lot younger than I thought he would be. Three did not give any progression to the story. Yeah, like not even a conclusion. You're funny thinking there's a conclusion to the story. They didn't even continue it. That's exactly what I was thinking, Danny. Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. But I didn't want to go into the old bit again. Damn. We'll make Shenmue 4. Maybe. Am I 25? Who do you think you're schmoozing, Damp? Is this... Are you just saying that because I told you you could go get the Switch? Is that what this is about?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go get the Switch because we're gonna play fucking Mario Kart this weekend. 10-year anniversary. Mario. In his cart.
Mario?
Mario in his classic cart.
Where did he get it?
Damn. Yeah, you fucked up and made me happy. Now you feel bad. Fuck you. Let's see. Damp is everywhere. What the fuck? What the fuck? Alright. Oh. Hard ass cut edit. If I have like a clear idea of what I want to make in Sprite Tile, I can typically do it like fast as fuck. Fuck is this? I did. I'm the artist. The artist. The fuck? Look at this shit. Why this? What? Weird. You know what I need to do is this. Oh. Dude, Cave Story true ending is hard, dude. It's hard. That's actually one of the first things I streamed. Running Hill, dude. Specifically the true ending of Cave Story. Cobalt is somewhere saying, I'm sorry. You just know he is.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
I watched Cobalt try to teach Quartzy what to do when and for a little bit. It felt just insane.
Oh, you're talking about like the actual,
go back here and
yeah.
talk to this thing, and then it's like, okay.
It is ridiculous. That's not some shit you find out, I feel like. That is not some shit you just be discovering. I forgot what all it was. I know it's like very specific. Like there's like a point of no return and like there's all this shit you have to do. It's really crazy. Talk to a mushroom is a highlight. That's... I don't remember that part. What's up, Minnie? My dad's really excited about that Diablo 5 shit, by the way. He texted me again about it today. What did he say? He said, Diablo for free is badass, in all caps. He's really excited about it. And he sent me a picture of a character whose name is Indrik. It's like Indrik, I guess, but it's like Rick of the End is how I read it. Yeah. Final Rick. It is an awesome game though. I bet he's freaking losing his mind playing it. I don't know if Dad's played any games like that in forever. We used to get like every game that was like Diablo on console. I remember playing like Dungeons and Dragons Heroes on the Xbox, and obviously the Dark Alliance games. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2. Champions of Norath. Cave Story is good though. Play Cave Story if you like Metroidvanias. If you don't, then probably don't. Maybe don't in that case. It's all made by one guy. It's pretty incredible, especially for the era. Like, it's already crazy. Like, you make something and you're just like one dude. I think it's already like pretty wild, but like it was really wild then. It was like especially wild then, I feel like. It's mostly linear, you think, Quartine? I guess you're right. My favorite Hall and Oates song. I gotta look them up. They did Out of Touch. Probably that one, but I feel like there's another one that I like. I don't think I know Private Eyes. I know Rich Girl. Rich Girl's pretty good. What up, by the way, Bunny? You should play it. It's a nice game. It's been a long time since I played it, but I feel like it probably stands the test of time. You think don't buy it on Steam, just download the game. Why? I mean, you can do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with the free version. The Steam version isn't as good as the original. What are you basing that on? That's what I'm picking up that you believe that. Like, I understand that that's your opinion. I just don't know why. I guess I could put a couple little things. Let's do that. Let's get crazy. Well, you can play with the original graphics. And there's still the updated translation, you know, or she's told you to. I don't think it's necessarily bad advice. Like, I think that it's just as good, at least, to play the original as it is to play the remake, but that's entirely possible, Bunny. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when it goes on sale it's like a fucking $1 though, and if you really didn't want to give them money for it, you know, you could just not. You wish you could haggle on Steam. I liked that the original translation for the game said huzzah instead of whatever the fuck Balrog says in the remake. Maybe a weird complaint, you know. Okay. I do like both versions of Cave Story. And I guess at the end of the day, it's totally viable to play the free version, is what really matters. Damn, what the fuck did I do here? How did I do this? Oh. Dumbass. Really, Quartzy? It like for like what, for example? Because I actually don't know anything about that off the top of my head. God, fuck. Sometimes you just barely click while you're moving your mouse, and it's like, yeah, your fucking entire map's fucked up now. Wood with an E at the end is what I named this by accident. Great. Wood. You can stack the dogs in the remake. Stack the dogs. Do you go around collecting dogs or something? Okay. That sounds familiar. Really? So they're like, yeah, take every dog one at a time. That's fucked up. Okay. Wanted to look. Someone messaged me about a game I wanted to Google. Which is what it's called when you search for something on Steam. Dude, it's Cave Story. What the fuck? What the fuck? Some of the music in Cave Story is really incredible. I can't imagine having this entire game in my brain and then like actually creating it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he made his own music tracker for the music and then made the dopest soundtrack ever. Not the dopest soundtrack ever, but it's a really good one. It's definitely very good. Mimiga Town is like one of the best. I like really love that song. Oh, this one's good too. The creation of that game is so impressive and insane to me. How long did it take him? Like a really long time? Boop, 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 boop. That's crazy, Quartzy. What the fuck? Five years of his free time? That's like pretty good. Like, that's a pretty good rate to make a game at. I don't know any other Japanese devs named Daisuke. I don't know anybody else named Daisuke. I don't think. Who's the other one? The Guilty Gear creator. Really? Guilty Gear has like a creator. It's interesting. Daisuke Ishiwatari. See him. Alright. That's really sweet. Quartzy. I didn't know they had directs. It's interesting. Isn't it Arxis that's doing the fucking Marvel fighting game? That shit's crazy. Tokon, yeah. What a mantle to pick up, you know, a Marvel fighting game, whenever it has such a rich history. "4 v 4 is insane. They're like, we've done crazier, I guess. Fuck it. I couldn't imagine making a fighting game. That's one thing I don't think I have the potential to create. Like, I feel like I could make a lot of types of games. I don't think I could pull off a fighter. What's 2xKO? Is that... I don't know what that is. Oh, the League fighting game. Yeah, that could be good. You never know. I have no real stake in anything League related, really. But if it's a cool game, it's a cool game. It's always exciting. I definitely understand that for sure. I think there's definitely an allure in seeing like what their version of a fighting game was going to look like, you know. I'm kind of curious myself. What's a few hundred clouds, you know? Why not? Has anybody played Death Stranding 2? I don't want to talk about anything that's in it, really. I just want to know if you think it's good or not yet. I haven't heard anything about it. I've heard literally no one talk about it at all. I've seen people playing it, like on my following on Twitch, but like... Does it look good? Same kind of thing, basically. I imagine it's like, if you like the first one, you'll like the second one. But I don't know. I liked the first one. I didn't really get like anything out of the story for it, personally. I kind of think the gameplay is one of the best parts. The gameplay is, I guess you're kind of right. I guess I do agree with you more than I initially felt like I did. I think the gameplay is unique and interesting, which is how you feel about the story and world. I do think it is also a little miserable, maybe. Like at a certain point, I remember I was just kind of over it and just wanted to see like the next crazy cutscene. I don't know how many people other than me really felt that way about it though. And to be honest, I didn't really get like a ton out of the cutscenes. I don't know what the fuck is going on in that game, which I guess is the point, but like, I kind of gotta need to know what the fuck is going on a little bit, you know, or what the fuck do I even care about? I don't know. what are the stakes? You know, I don't fucking know what the stakes are. I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings about Death Stranding. I think the bottom line is maybe that it's just literally not for me at all. I hate the ever-living fuck out of Rain World. That is a hit or miss one. That's a very hit or miss one. And let me tell you, few things have ever missed so bad for me. Few things have ever missed so bad. And I had tried. I really believed there was an amount of Rain World I would play where it like converted me and it flipped over and I was like, I get it. I see it. I understand why people like this. It never did. It only became a worse game to me. So many people that I like really agree with on like so many things recommended it to me, and it was so colossally surprising that I could not enjoy it to me. It was such a massive surprise to me. I really tried. I went maybe the wrong way, got stuck in a place I shouldn't have been, and I said, you know what? Maybe I just fucked up. I restarted the whole fucking game, and I tried again. Went somewhere completely different. Did something completely different. Still no fucking idea what's going on. Still no fucking clue what the point of the game is. Still no fucking idea what my goals are. Still no fucking idea what to do. Uncertain as to whether or not I've even achieved anything. Like, I can handle that to an extent, but the game may have to be fun. They may have to make the game fun for me to do that. It's possible I made some progress, but I couldn't tell you, you know. Yeah, I think I like that aspect of it, but that doesn't have that much legs, like, as an experience, right? Like, I can totally appreciate like the AI being interesting and like the way everything moves being wild and like feeling like a dangerous like actual ecosystem on like a planet that doesn't exist, you know. I don't know, something about it was just a slog. I can't really put my finger on it. I think it's just that I never knew what I wanted to do. I never knew where I needed to be. I never knew what like the goal was, or if I had ever made any progress, or there was just nothing. There was nothing to go off of. It has a purpose, I think. I think I can enjoy getting lost and dying 100 times, but I think what I've got to do is have some carrot on a stick. I can't just be like, yeah, my goal is to just vibe out. You know what I mean? Like, I've got to know what the fuck I'm even trying to do. Like, if I'm dying 100 times and it's like, yeah, but like I'm in the fucking castle I need to be in or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm at least in the place I need to be in, you know, failing here, that would be fine. But it's like, yeah, like I explored like 10 fucking minutes north and then died, and it's like, who fucking knows if there's anything up there, you know? Maybe there is. It's fucking crazy. I can appreciate the concept of it. I do not know why people recommend it to other people. I would not do that personally. It's like recommending fucking La Mulana to someone. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it unless you're a very, very particular type of person. I love La Mulana, by the way. Well, Death Stranding's cool, but I was mostly talking about Rain World. We pivoted to Rain World. Death Stranding's cool. A lot of people like Death Stranding. I think that's more on me, just like needing to understand more of the story to really appreciate it. I can't just be like completely out in the cold. Like, yeah, we're just not gonna fucking explain anything to you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I gotta have something. I gotta have something to tether onto. Yeah. I don't know what it is about. I think there's something very frustrating in Rain World about the unpredictability of things, which is also sort of the allure of it simultaneously. Like, if I'm trying to get through a room, I don't want to just get bad RNG where I've got to stand still for 2 minutes and fucking wait on them. That sucks. It's just not fun. I recommend games to people a lot because I like to show people things that I think they would like, and then they like them. That's fair, Elsa. I think that's pretty fair. I would never recommend a person. I completely agree. I played League of Legends in like 2007 for one match, and everybody was so fucking mean to me for not knowing how to play the game already. I had never played, by the way, that I just, why would I bother? What am I, you know what I mean? Like, you walk into a room and everybody starts throwing shit at you. You're gonna walk into the fucking room ever again? You know what I mean? Like, no, you're fucking not. Yeah, I don't know the fucking meta. I've never even played the genre. I don't know my fucking ass from a hole in the ground, and they're like, you fucking don't know everything about this stupid ass fucking game that people are gonna play for the next 30 fucking years. You fucking mildly inconvenienced me. Also, if anybody here hasn't, go wishlist our game. Go do it. It's on Steam. You can go wishlist it. You could go tell other people to wishlist it. And then maybe they'll hate it like I hated Wayne World?
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant Wayne's
More like
World.
Godot it.
Classic Wayne's World video game. For the Super Nintendo by THQ.
Probably.
That's what they should have made. Fuck Rain World.
It is by THQ. You're crazy. How'd you know that?
I googled it really fast.
Okay.
As soon as I said Wayne, he said, "Holy shit!" Honestly, if you just say something's made by THQ, like it's not a bad chance.
Honestly, if it's a video game,
Well,
based
yeah.
on a movie, yeah.
It is gonna have to need to be a video game. Yeah, it can't be like a donut
Well, I
or
wasn't
something.
done, but yeah, no, thank you. They do a lot of video game movie things, really.
Do they? Oh, yeah, I guess they do.
That was like their secret.
Will it count if you unwishlist it and re-wishlist it? I think they actually send a guy out to stomp my fucking skull if you do that, so don't.
Yeah, we only see the negative effects and not the positive. So.
I think it will add wishlist deletions, a tick onto that. That is a stat that exists. I don't know
Do we have
though.
any there? Is there anyone there?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. You know
What?
me. I piss people off so bad in 6 seconds. You know, they're like, well, fuck this guy. All of a sudden.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Well, it's probably also like people that are like, this is fucking, I don't even remember why I did this, or, you know, one reason or another.
Wow, this Pirates Over guy rated this guy. I'm not following that.
Yeah, and they're like, well, I fuck pirate software is probably what like a non-zero amount of people have thought. Yeah. Yeah, I could imagine that.
Yeah, I'm almost certain someone did that and they feel somehow like it's related.
Maybe.
Anyway.
I doubt many people associate us with them, thankfully.
That's crazy because on Google we're like the first result when you search his name.
What?
No.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, I know. And so I'm glad it's not true also.
It was so unbelievable. I believed it. How does that make sense?
I have that effect on people.
We have 44 deletions. 44.
I guess I did unwishlist it 44 times. So maybe
We have
it's
a
just all-
wishlist purchase and activation. Did someone who had it
Ow.
wishlisted get the key?
How
I
does
don't
that
know.
work?
It says one person has bought the game. Impossibly. As it has no price and is not out and does not exist. Which are 3 pretty difficult things for it to exist alongside.
Happy for the money though.
Yeah, well,
Whatever.
that's pretty cool, yeah. Yippee.
Does that mean you can price it now and we get money?
Yeah,
In which
wait,
case,
yeah, we'll price it at
go
like
high?
$8 billion. And then we'll make Shenmue 4.
Let's start at 5k and see how much we get.
Boop, beep, boop, boop, beep. Beep, boop, boop, beep. Boop, beep, boop, boop, beep. Maybe I will put his house on top of this hill. I kind of like the idea of it being like burrowed into the side of a wall. I think foxes burrow holes that they live in. I thought maybe it'd be like a little thematic or something, but I don't know. Maybe we'll just put it somewhere aesthetically
I hate
pleasing.
thematic.
That's fair, yeah.
I mean, you could do. We just need to think about, the intro
I am very
mostly.
sad that I couldn't like Rain World though. I have genuinely never tried so hard to like anything. I put so much time into it. I kept coming back to it too. I'd play it all day and I'd be like, that sucked. that was fucking miserable. I hate this game. And I'd be like, I'm gonna try it again tomorrow. And then I would. And I think I played it like 20 hours and I just couldn't. It never clicked. Sad. It's
There's
true.
a few people that could recommend me something like that, where I'd really give it I'd keep trying, because surely they must have seen something that I just haven't seen yet. you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, who can say? Who can say, really? I'm sure that there's game to be had there. Here's what I don't know. Does anybody play that game without looking up what to do in it? Does anyone? Beyond like 1% of the player base.
Can't imagine. Oh.
I think that there's a version of Rain World that doesn't exist, to clarify. I think there's a version of Rain World that could have been made that would have all the things that people love about it and be a game that is more appealing to a larger group of people. That's what I think. I think that it could, which is maybe like saying nothing, basically. Like it could, yeah, like it could be done better is like useless, you know, useless info. I think you just gotta really like the movement. You're not sure about that? You don't think that there could be any compromises made in Rain World to make it a better video game? You think that is the pinnacle of what that type of game could be? I just don't think that you could really say that about anything and be right. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I was like, yeah, that's like saying nothing, you know? It's like, yeah, anything could always be done better, you know? These are missing their texture. Holy shit. I think there is. Up, Laura makes art. It's going well. How are you doing?
What up?
What is this Z fighting? I wonder if that's real. Let's go look.
You fighting? Oh. Ugh.
I think it's just like some weird editor fake visualization, if I had to guess. I think it is. Evil, not true. I don't know. I got to the blue lady in Rain World. I don't even know if you could call them that, really.
You could.
I don't even know if that's progress, but it's a place that I got to that felt significant. And that's really the only that was my progress. The only progress I made was I got to a thing that felt significant. It was a dead end and there was nothing to do there as far as I know. And it took me an eternity to get there. And I was like, well, I give up. You know what I like is what I like in that game is figuring things out without being told them. That's the cool part of Rain World. Like item interactions and little stuff like that, you know. Discovery. Mechanical discovery. Similar to like what I like about Tunic, you know, or a lot of Tunic anyway. That's kind of how I felt about it, Alligator. I was like, well, this is not nothing, but I can do nothing at it. You know, like, well, this is, you know, for sure something. This is significant, which is worth mentioning in Rain World because most places are not. Most places I ever found were pretty insignificant. I'm thinking I take break. Take break, use bathroom, stretch. And then place objects in tutorial and maybe continue it.
I will probably jump out.
Alrighty. Have a good night.
It's been good, yeah.
Yeah, good progress. We're getting there. This thing's
Let's see
gonna
what
be
you
cool.
end up with, and then I'll make some funny prompts at some point.
Hell yeah, sounds good. I just realized I forgot the clouds here. I should have most of it done before the marathon, if not the entire tutorial roughly done. I want to, well, obviously we're going to spend some time like experimenting with some of those ideas we were kicking around, like to make it a little streamlined. But anyway, yeah, have a good night.
Let's see what we can do, yeah. Good luck.
See you later. I start a tangent and I just go and go. The PlayStation has mind-boggling effects. Is it a skeleton? The game system can produce mind-boggling effects. That's pretty cool. It's a hard sell on a black shirt in summer, though. You know what I mean? Y'all are crazy. To be fair, those PlayStation 1 skeletons, they do boggle the mind. Hard to see the perspective. I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty understandable and probably commonly shared outlook on the game by a vast majority of people who don't like it. I feel like it's probably a lot of the same stuff people don't like. My friend who was telling me about it told me that like the movement was like incredible and like really deep or something, and it was just, I believe that it's very deep. I do believe that. I just did not have fun with it. Experimenting with it didn't really yield anything. It felt more like my character was just kind of doing shit that I had no fucking control over. And I know that there's just like some weird tech nuance to it, but it wasn't very intuitive. I wonder what really it is about the game that's so distasteful to me. I think it really is just somewhere between the really, really long checkpoints and the absolute absence of any attempt to lead the player. I think that's just not fun. I don't really like playing super long, really hard segments trying to get to a checkpoint. I just don't really like that. And then like you do get to the checkpoint, well, it was for nothing. You went the wrong way. You know? They like kind of lead you around with like the yellow thing. I don't even remember if it was that color. There's a thing that sort of leads you around, but it doesn't, it just stops. I don't know. I think it's just the fact that I put a shitload of time into it and it was really fucking hard and frustrating and not rewarding. Like, I think I just need to feel rewarded. Or like I did something, you know? Yeah, I think what happened was I kept doing well enough that it would go away. And it was like, well, where the fuck do I go? You know, and it was just weird. I think it's pretty poorly set up to the point that it's confusing. I think it would almost be better to not have it. Like, I think it would have been better to just drop me in there. Don't even fucking like imply that there's a right way to go. You know? I don't know. I think the fact that they had that and it didn't fucking help me was like super frustrating. You know what I mean? It was super frustrating. I was like, well, there's this thing. It's very fucking clearly leading me somewhere. And then it just didn't. Or like I followed it and it didn't come back. Yeah. That sucks. That sucks so bad. Fucked with the camera angle? Oh, really? I'll open it. Oh, look. I'll take a gander. Oh yeah, wow. This is way better. It's so stupid how much better this looks. It literally looks like a video game now. Ignore that shit out there. Alright, don't look at that. Don't look at that. Actually, I need to go get the sword. This was the old tutorial. I gotta go delete all the objects from it. That was weird. I just had like two completely weird swings. See, look at that. That's weird. You think the camera's lower? You're funny. Dude, what the hell? My sword is like just not hitting this shit half the time. Oh, I have half damage. This fucking stupid ass half damage shit is gonna drive me crazy. You should just make the lowest number 1. It always seems like a different issue, is I think what sucks so hard about it. It always seems like my collision isn't hitting the grass or something, you know what I mean? Yeah, the leveling hasn't been done. Only the grass is really loud, honestly. It's just the grass. Leaves are a little loud too. You're indifferent about the new camera? It's objectively better and you're wrong, is how strongly I feel about it. Actually. You may not realize why this is better. It is objectively better. Yeah, only grass is loud as fuck. The grass screams when you step on it. So it's like this so that you can see fucking the top of like a hill, right? Like you raise the camera up so you can see the platforms. That's like the concept. It's like why it's like that. I think it could even come up more. Maybe slightly. I don't know. It's definitely better though. It may be fine like this. It may be perfect even. I think it's way better. I think it's incredibly better. So technically, here's the camera, here's the player, right? The camera went up actually because we're seeing the player lower, whereas they were centered before, right? So what happened was the camera went up. So now that's all it is. Sorry. Yeah, that's basically all it is, and it's just so you can see up higher because you're gonna be jumping up, right? It doesn't make sense. No, I think you're wrong. It makes actually no sense. If you were like trying to jump onto a fucking platform, I guess, and it was like there was no like verticality to it at all, like this or something, you know, you just wanted to see your shadow, which God, we probably need to update this poor shadow. Yeah, the literal only difference is that the camera is higher, so you can see up higher and see less like ground stretched. I almost wish we just had like a picture of what it used to look like. I'm just using the mouse. It might recenter it. No, it doesn't seem like it fucks with the up and down, does it? Yeah, I'm not even touching the right. Huh. Cool. You definitely want the player to have a higher visual than the camera pointing at them in the middle of the screen, though. Like, that shit sucks. Because people literally can't see platforms they can jump up to, like with a normal jump. Not to mention, like, this, you know, needing to see that you could potentially do this, you know. It's mostly so that you see up high enough for platforming to be, like, visually obvious, yeah. Exactly. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. And actually, I think we fixed it before, and then unfixed it when we remade the camera because we forgot about that nuance, is I think what happened. Yeah, thanks. Hopefully the movement's sick. We've been working real hard on it. There were times when my mom was testing this, she didn't even know where to go. And it's like, she would be like standing against like a thing she could jump up on, but it was like the camera was like here, and it just looked like an infinite wall, you know. So she was just like, what do I do? It's an extreme example for sure, you know, like most people are going to be better at video games than my mom, who's like never played video games. But I still think there's a lot of value in the mom testing. So, is this different? This seems smoother. This seems way smoother. And I'm noticing it because I realized I hated it last time I played. So I really like that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, my bottle's stuck in my hand. I actually like this bug. This is a bug I can actually kind of get into. Oh, the potion bottle is got a stray frame on it there. I guess it probably hasn't been re-implemented with the animations I did. Or maybe it's just fucked. I don't know. Could be anything. Might have to re-import. That would make sense. I'm actually kind of... Oh, it's because we're zoomed in. God, being zoomed all the way in actually might need to be tweaked height-wise. You know what I mean? Because this is like... Well, it's not so bad like this. The moment you walk and it pulls out a little bit, it's not horrible, but... It feels really weird to be this low. This is like... I don't know why this is... It feels like I'm about to fall off. It feels like I'm on the edge of the bed. Half asleep. And like I'm too comfortable to like scoot back on, but I feel like I'm gonna fall off at any minute. That's what this this camera height feels like. And when it's all the way zoomed in, anyway. It's like perfect zoomed out. What the? Oh, I was like, where the fuck's my sword? Oh, that was fucking not the button I wanted to hit. Let me throw away any chance of getting back. Yeah, camera's incredible. I love it. It's way better. Big ups. Oh wow. Using both look at and follow mode on the same piece, PCAM 3D has not been fully tested yet. Proceed with caution. I see. You're talking about tilting the angle up. You're more worried about the angle that it's like actually facing the character. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Yeah. Because you do want to be able to see like right in front of their feet, right? Like especially if you're doing combat, right? Like you want to see that you're close to a dude that you're about to hit or something, you know? There's a lot of different reasons. Yeah, 1 foot from an edge also. To be fair though, we do have coyote time, so it's not like super vital that you know, jump at the edge. But it's you still want to have that visual clarity of like how far you are from a ledge or anything in front of you. The mini Kori Kaizo level pack. It may. Camera is a deeply personal thing to try to achieve. Everybody wants so many different things, you know? Everybody has so many different preferences. Claw grip. I hate that, yeah. Well, it makes sense. Like, I think a majority of people are probably like at the level where they appreciate it, like the camera being driven for them. It sucks that setting it up like that fucks people who don't want that, though. That's actually kind of a good point, Minnie. Could you imagine though? They're like, what the fuck? Why didn't the game fix this thing I did for no reason? This is Monkey. This feels like Monkey Island music. You telling me it's fucking Spirit tracks? No fucking way. Okay. Ooh. I love making this game. Very excited to get into the actual level making again. Tomorrow will be the last game dev day for a minute, just for a few days, because we're doing our 10-year anniversary celebration. Starts Saturday. So I'm gonna try to get everything set up for that. I have not set up the Archie at all, which is really the main thing I gotta do. That shouldn't be too bad. Archipelago is what it is, and it's God, it's so deep in the fucking nerd sauce. How do I even pull it out? So it's like a randomizer. Do you know randomizers? It's a randomizer. So I guess you know Archipelago. Cool. Never mind. Belay the explanation. You're onboarded. I was like, fuck, how do I even explain this? It's like a randomizer, which is a thing not everybody knows about. Like, yeah, basically it's just a if anybody else doesn't know, it's just a randomizer that is connected across 3 games. So I'm going to be playing Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Hollow Knight. And all 3 of those games will have each other's items mixed up throughout each other. So I could be playing Hollow Knight and beat a boss and get a hook shot, or, you know, open a chest in Wind Waker and get a dash in Hollow Knight or something, you know. So it's pretty cool. And it's like, it's set up with a logic that is completable, right? Like, so like, it rearranges all the items in the game in random places based on your settings that you choose, and then you basically complete the game in a different order than you ever would have. I am making this in collaboration with Wonder Woman. Sorry, I was looking at my YouTube chat and just read, I read Brian talking about fucking, some stupid shit from Shenmue 3. I feel like I vaguely remember it. He said his favorite memory of me playing Shenmue 3 was when I was choosing what animals were different. And the option was bear or panda, and I freaked out. I feel like I can vaguely remember that. What a fucked up game. Shenmue 3 is one of the most fucked up things that anyone's ever done. There we go. My cat's here. Heard him bust the fucking door open. Right. That is the only way cats open doors. My cat likes to try to tear the door in half from under it. He reaches his claw like up under it and he like plucks it. He plucks the fucking door and it goes boom, 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 boom. Every fucking time he does it, it makes the whole fucking door shake. And he's like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna do that on your bedroom door at 5 a.m. Really great. Really though, I think he's just lonely because when we leave our door open, he literally just comes in and sleeps on the bed with us. He doesn't come fuck with us or try to wake us up. He's just like, he's literally just mad he's not in the room. Like, is why he does it. It's really funny. We had to kick him out for a while though because I developed like a cat allergy. But we've changed a bunch of stuff in his diet and like I've been taking allergy medicine too and it's been a lot more manageable. But yeah, we didn't let him in the bed for a while because I was like literally dying. But he's been good. He's been a lot better. He's not been plucking on the fucking door in the middle of the night. That shit was actually killing me. I think one thing I do want is the X coordinate. Oh shit. Yeah, I've had cats my whole life, so it was really insane, but it is what it is. That's just what happens. Beautiful. Ugh. I can't complain much though. I'm grateful. I thought we were gonna have to get rid of our cat, and like we don't. He's fine. So, why the fuck is the lantern gigantic? Do we know why the lantern is goddamn gantic? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, I mean, that makes sense. That's basically like rubbing fucking fish all over yourself. Like, that tracks. That would that ought to do it if you're allergic to it. That ought to do it. This is going really well. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Everything just gets worse. With like the human body and any ailment. It just nothing, it never gets better. It always gets worse. Everything gets worse, always. It's so stupid. It's never like, well, you know, I used to be allergic to milk and 10 years later, now I'm not, you know, magically. Like, yeah, I fucking used to be able to be near my cat, you know? Well, now I can't. What's up, Wondrous Ninja? You wonder how I approached the building of the map in a way that everyone seems pretty skeptical of. I make it in Blender, tile-based. Like if I wanted to make another castle, I'd probably literally just grab pieces of this one, you know, just like that. Boom. Boom. I just like throw shit together. I know a lot of people will make like structures that they place in engine and like they build the level in engine. And I do some of that, but I pretty much build all the static objects in Blender, which I think most people seem to think is weird. Which I think is probably fair, but I don't really have any reason not to, so. Yeah, thank you. It's called Whiskerwood Vale. You can wishlist it on Steam. It does exist on there. There will be a demo eventually. We have no funding. We've never made a game before. I guess I've made a ROM hack. I've done like some fan work, but I've never made like official game, its own thing, you know. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. You know anybody that likes games like retro schmovement platformers? You should show them. Because we have very little in the way of promotional anything. Every now and then I post something to our Blue Sky, but this stream is pretty much like the advertisement, you know, the entire advertisement. Yeah, thank you. Random building over here for fun. Hmm. Hmm. All right. I'm gonna play some Dune. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break and we're gonna switch to Dune. We'll end the YouTube stream. Goodbye, YouTube. And we will continue the Whiskerwood Vale work tomorrow. Tomorrow.